What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the show. Today we're going to be doing a quick review of the 01Studio Cell anime color version. This is my second attempt to review this figure. The first one wasn't bad, but when I ended up getting it ready to go, the second half with the robot stuff had audio, but just a blank black screen. So I want to thank my brother for bringing that to my attention so I could take the video down. And then instead of getting to refilm it, I just worked the last 3 weeks straight. So it's a little delayed, but I hope you're not upset, and I hope that you'll enjoy it anyway. And right off the bat, here we have Cell in his planet mode. I do have the extra faceplate and cone attached while he's sitting on the other one. I have it attached this way, but you could also turn it. I just have it attached this way, so let's go ahead and turn him around. I'm also trying something new with this, where instead of reaching my arms around the camera, I'm actually off to just the one side. So this is going to be kind of a new filming experience. Hopefully it goes well. And we'll get right into it. This is Cell in his planet mode, and it looks pretty good. I got a panel coming off there. There we go. It must happen when I was getting the place set up for filming, but we'll give you a little view of the planet. Now, I wasn't sure in the original videos, and I don't know where I mentioned this, but this orange spot here is supposed to be a lot bigger, but it is a detail that they added on this version, where all of this was, this big orange spot that's painted was all blue on the original, but they painted it orange, at least in this little circle, to bring in some more of that color accuracy to the actual on-screen model. And as you guys might notice, I do have the blue panels swapped out, so I took the orange panels off, which is a choice that I made, and I like the aesthetic of the full orange stripe. So there you have a nice view of his planet mode. We'll go ahead and go up a little bit so we can see the rings, and then we'll swing down so we can see all of that, and then there's just the extra mouth plate being used as a base there. So we'll go ahead and take a closer look here at some of those details. The first thing I'm going to do is down there in the middle, there's a little clear light in there that acts as a button, and on the other video I want to say I poked a gun into it, but if you have this attached just right, you can push on it, and now it's not going to do it. I was doing it before I got ready to film. Now it's going to do it. Let's see if I can. There we go. No gun required. Let's put this out of the way and not knock the spikes off. There we've got him with his lights on. And if you have this just right, you can see the light down in there. You can push it and it will turn the light off and on. It's completely accidental the 2 times I've got it to happen, but it's kind of nice. Otherwise, you can just push something down in there and get that light going. Let's go ahead and take the cone off of him. Not the whole thing, just the cone, Cell. Just the cone. It's on there really good. So, there we go. Leave the faceplate on. There we have the cone off. Get that one off to the side, and we'll be holding him. So you can see the little mouth plate on there. Just to give the visual that it's open. It's like an alternate face, I think is how Jobby put it, which isn't a bad way to look at it. And then the way the cone attaches is you have 4 ports, and you've got 4 posts, and you also have ports on this as well. So you can attach these 2 cones together, but that's if you have the ring upgrade kit, which I don't have, so just so you know, you can do that to have a stand for that one, but it's not necessary for the rings that I have, which are the stock rings. You've got lots of nice painted and molded details on the planet here. As previously mentioned, I do have the blue panels on there, so it's a lot more cohesive as a planet, and then it gives me nice robot mode color breakup, and you know how much I enjoy color breakup. You've got all these little spikes. One thing to note is there's usually 4 spikes on this, but I don't have them on because they like to pop off, and I still haven't figured out if I want to glue them on or just leave them off entirely. So they're just off, and they're still off because that was something I had said in the original review. And up towards the top here, just lots of nice molded, sculpted details. And he is a pretty heavy, dense sphere of a ball. And in order to fit him in this, he just rests on the diameter at the top, and the rings go through the slice. I do have it so that the extra chunk on the wings on both sides is at the top of where I want to plant it, so that way it's all the same thickness down here. So for me, at least anyway, I think it makes it sit nicer. I like the way it looks better, and that's how I have that going on there. Where is that gun? I'm going to turn the light off, so I don't want to waste the batteries. It is 2 LR44 batteries, I'm pretty sure, that are in there, and I'll go over where they're stored, how to get to them in the robot mode. But yeah, it's a pretty nice looking planet, all things considered. I really like the planet mode. As far as any articulation goes, you can move the mandibles. They're on a ball joint, and there's a cut in it to allow inward and outward movement, and then there's a hinge here, so you can go ahead and move it like so. But yeah, just a really nice planet mode. I'm going to take him here, and let's go ahead and get this mouth plate off so we can see what it looks like under. And what's going on here is you've got these posts, 4 posts, and those go into 4 ports, 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's how that is. And here you just have it with the mouth. These are nice and sturdy. If you open them up, they don't flop anywhere really. Do that real quick. Open them all up. They're not going anywhere. And you see his head inside, and so it's not a bad visual, but it is a visual that some people might not be perfectly fine with, so they give us the extra faceplate, which is nice. And then the teeth aren't going anywhere, but on the folded in position, a few of mine are a little loose. I could tighten them up, but I like the faceplate, so I just put that on there and it keeps them in check. Also, I've got a little bending on the tips of his horns here. A little bit of bending comes that way. Zap it with a hair dryer, and if it doesn't straighten itself out, becomes pliable enough to straighten it out, I'm just too lazy to do it because I don't care that much. A lot of these ones, the spikes have gotten bent too. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the planet mode. I'm going to put them on here, and I'm going to grab something nearby because I want to show you guys. If I aim down at his base here, I want to show you guys how big something is. We'll just grab someone off the shelf here. Here he is with the Earth Mode Lambo mold. So you can see Earth Mode Lambo mold is barely taller than this stand here. So if you put him next to the planet, let's go ahead and raise up. He's like over half the diameter of the planet. But in robot mode, he's so much smaller than what this unicorn ends up being. So we'll go ahead and get into the robot mode right now. So we'll go ahead and transform him off screen, and I'll see you back here for that. Alrighty, and here we are in the robot mode, and he looks really great. First and foremost, you will notice that his arms have the blue panels. Yes, I actually like this. Any longtime viewers of the channel will know that I really love the color orange and the color purple. So I have sacrificed orange on the arms for something that I take precedent over the color, which is color breakup. I like having some nice variation in the color, and pure orange arms wasn't it. Especially because there are little bits up here that are painted the color of these panels that just stuck out anyway. So having the panels on there, I like the look of it, and they help the planet. So you guys can do whatever you want. Just know that changing these panels up here is a pain in the butt, and changing these panels down here is really easy. So I'm never going to swap these back again. They're going to stay this way forever. And that being said, I did say he gets a lot bigger as a robot. So let's go ahead and take a look at Sideswipe. It was already there, way down there. There's Sideswipe for your size comparison. He's not even coming up all the way to the knees of Unicron, and he was over half the diameter of the planet. That is a lot of robot to come out of that sphere, and it looks really great. So let's go ahead and put Sideswipe off to the side swipe, and we'll go ahead and do bump the camera. I can't avoid bumping the camera. Let's fold that in. I won't bump that anymore. A little rotating handle that lets me go up and down. So there we go. We'll go ahead and just do a 360 real quick. His wings are knocking into the back of my filming area, and as you can see here on the back, let's push him this way. He doesn't have a bunch of planet just hanging off the back either. It's completely, pretty much identical to the front, apart from the back of the legs and the back, or the back of the thighs and the back of the calves. Even the back of the arms look pretty similar. And then he's got his popped collar up here. And so that's great. We'll go ahead and go down again so you can see the details down here, where he's got really nice calf-shaped calves. They have that nice calfy bump on them, like a calf should have. They don't look outrageously big, and there's so much planet mode in just this strip of calf that, you know, is folded up onto it. Like it's almost an entire half the diameter of the planet is folded up in here. Not half of a sphere of the planet, but like the whole half of a diameter of the planet. That much surface area folds down into this, which is pretty crazy. And just keep on rotating him around as I drag him against my backdrop there. There you've got Cell in his robot mode. This is your anime color version of Unicorn from the film, the Chaos Bringer himself. It looks really good. Up here, go ahead and take a look. You've got the button from the planet mode, and you've also got a little, let's turn your face around, you've got a little black button here that lights his eyes up in this little panel. You just pop it off. 2 LR44 batteries in there. So we'll go ahead and put that back on. I'm going to set him down, so instead of holding him for this, let's go ahead and raise up to his level. I should be able to just zoom in on this. I don't know how well this will film, but we'll see. Let's go ahead and center you on here. And these eyes just, they're painted green, and the painted green is super nice, but on videos I saw the original version, when you lit up the eyes, it made a big difference. The eyes are on right now. They are lit up, but let's turn out this light. The paint is so overwhelming that you can hardly tell. So there he is. Lights off, lights on. I hope you're noticing that. You know what? We'll go ahead and give ourselves the benefit of darkness. Just give me a second. So there, we're in the dark. There's the top headlight. So there, yeah, the paint is blocking out a lot of that light, or the LED is weaker. I'm not sure which. But ooh, I almost fell. But regardless, I think the eyes look great because they painted them so they're not dead. Even though the lights don't penetrate, I prefer the painted eyes, and I use the batteries just for the planet mode, so it works out for me. Zoom back out here. We'll bring the camera back down. Oh, sorry guys. There's a lot of sitting and standing. I am ill right now. You might not be able to tell it, but my nose is going wonky, and my ear is infected, so my head is not doing so great, but we'll try to do posability now. As you saw, he does have a full 360 at his head, and that does let him look down and up. The head comes separate in the box, so if you pull up on the post that it plugs in on, you can get an even greater downward movement. These horns are on hinges, let me rotate up a little more. We'll zoom back in real quick. Whoop. And we'll go up a little more again. So these horns are on hinges, and they do rotate forward and back if you need them to. And his mouth does open. There are his teeth. Look at them chompers, all the same colors. So his mouth does open. I turn the light on. I do that a lot, messing with this guy. Go ahead and rotate down. Zoom out slightly. His shoulders are on two different die cast joints in here, and you've got two different ratchets. You've got a ratchet here and a ratchet in here, so you can get your outward movement like so. You can have it up higher if you want, and then you've got a rotation at the shoulder that'll go 90 degrees forward, it looks like. That'll rotate all the way around, but for some reason when I was trying to go backwards it didn't want to go because it's on camera. As far as the rest of the arm goes, I'm going to switch over to this one so that way I can keep it in frame better. Remember guys, I'm experiments, but I hope you guys like it. So he does have the bicep swivel, which is ratcheted. Everything on this guy is ratcheted pretty much. Ooh, popped a spike. But that's so easy to put back on. There we go. Ratcheted. Bicep double joint in the elbow, top and bottom, both ratcheted. So you can do all the elbow moving. As far as the hand goes, he does have a little bit of wiggle from transformation. The wrist is ratcheted like so, and then going down a little bit more. His fingers are individually articulated. So let's open them up, go down a little bit more. And then I'm gonna sit so I don't fall again. But you've got ball joints at the base, and then you've got two pins at each finger. So you can pretty much do whatever you want with them. You can spread them out a little bit. You can bend to your heart's content. Coming down to the waist area, he does have an ab crunch, which is ratchets, and they're stiff. So give me a second, guys. I'm gonna actually pull him away so I can activate it. I don't use it a lot, so it's still very stiff from the packaging. So there you've got the joint in there. Oh, let me turn my light back on. That'll help. Hooray. All right, so you got the joint in there, and depending on how you want the ratchet to be, you can either make, you can spin the whole thing around, then spin the upper chest around during transformation to make it sit farther back like I have, or farther forward, but I like it being on the back side, so that way when you bend forward, it looks a little more natural, as opposed to if the front was back here and we bent it backwards, it doesn't go as far, and in my opinion, it doesn't look as good because it starts coming up over the waist a little bit. I like my deep ab crunch, and then this is more of a arcing back for me. But that's my preference. If you would prefer it the other way around, you can do that, which is great. He does have a 360 ratcheted waist. Hip skirts can move out. You have a hip skirt here. Back skirt is the same, and then your side skirt here to get out of your way for your leg articulation. Let's go down again a little bit. We've got a ratcheted thigh, both forward and back. Let me zoom out. There we go. Both forward and back and out to the side on a ratchet. He does have a thigh swivel here. Let me show you on the other leg. I gotta get used to doing things on the right side, guys. I apologize. But it's an experiment, it's learning. It's learning, I'm learning here. Bear with me, I'm learning. So, you've got the thigh swivel at the thigh. You do have a secondary bend at the thigh that is ratcheted if you want to use that. It kind of helps you get kind of a double jointed knee look, which I'll show in a little bit. And then at the base of the knee, you have another ratchet joint. So you have 2 ratchets in the knee. Oh, I almost forgot. I just remembered because of the double knee ratchet. You do have a ratchet up here at the top of the torso. It only goes a couple of clicks because these tabs start getting in the way. But if you rotate the top and then rotate the bottom, you can get more natural curves. Sorry about that, guys. Like I said, I'm a little ill. My brain's not at 100%, and I'm doing a new filming style, so please bear with me. I'm trying not to make excuses, but it is what it is. And other than the fact that I got to get used to it, which I can and will do, I feel like this works better for my filming. As far as his knees go, you do have a single jointed knee here at the back that does go 90 degrees, but if you wanted his leg to go up a little more, you can use this joint here in the thigh, and it does give you a little bit more leg rotation. Now what I'm going to do, show off the foot, is we'll engage that thigh rotation so I can know I have the foot in frame. I'm going to get him balanced on his other foot here. No, you're following. I can do this partway through the transformation. I did it in the video where you can balance him on one foot, but he is a sphere at that point. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to do it here. I'll just hold him, but for now, let's go ahead and just get him standing so he's not falling over, so that way I can, yes, I need to raise it back up to about this high. Alright, now we'll show off his foot articulation. First of all, you've got ankle articulation, a double jointed ratcheted ankle pivot. So you've got the joint down here, the joint up in here, so you can do what you want with the ankles. There is also a rotation at the base inside the leg so that you can do 360 rotation. There is no forward and backward pivot, but the toes do pivot. You've got this joint here, and this joint for the transformation for your front toe. These toes at the sides can bend in and they can rotate, and then this back toe just bends up and down. So you can basically get them in whatever poses you want, and that's about it for posability. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and clean them up and get them back in front of the camera. Alrighty, we've got them back in front of the camera, and just like the upper torso joint, I did miss some articulation up here on the wings. This is on a peg when it plugs in, so you can use that as a rotation to rotate the wing around. This likes to come undone, but I mean, you could call it articulation, but it's really loose. The wings splay out to various degrees, however you want to do it. I just kind of put it roughly about here and call it a day. And then you do have a joint in here that is ratcheted, so you can angle them to the degree that suits your fancy. I usually just put it 1 or 2 clicks away from touching the shoulder, so it's touching the shoulder 1 click, and that's basically all I do with that wing to get it posed my way, but to what you want with your own figure. And that is basically it for Cell. He doesn't have any accessories other than the upgrade kit, which is the wings and head for Unicorn, the Chaos Bronger here, and then you've got the discs and things, and if you have the wings out, you can plug those into the shoulders in order to make it look like he has those coming out of his shoulders, so that way you can avoid the copyright hammer from Hashtag if you want to. That's pretty much all he comes with, other than the alternate panels, the spikes that you have to install, and then screw hole covers, which I did install. I waited a few transformations, made sure I was happy with how solid he was, which he is very solid, and then I went ahead and installed those clips or not clips, screw hole covers. My brain is not working. Work, brain, work. But yeah, that's pretty much it. As far as my final thoughts go, I think this is a really, really well done figure. I think that my opinion on it versus the HasLab Unicron is this. If you like the HasLab Unicron and you have it and you don't want this guy and you're happy with it, good for you. I'm happy for you. I'm not going to tell you that you need this guy in your life if that's the one you prefer. Me personally, I don't like it. I like how satisfying the engineering on this one is, and the planet mode is good, and I think it just looks better, in my opinion. Now, if you like HasLab Unicron just because it's bigger, and that's the only reason that you prefer it over this, I can't agree with you. I can't respect your decision. The size of Unicron is basically irrelevant to me because it's not going to be in scale. So other than it needing to be big and looking nice and working well, there's no size, no reason that I would get the other one just for size, because this one's already big enough for me. It's not going to be that big. It's not even taller than my Ark from Kingdom. Ark is, other than the horns and the wings, the Ark is taller at the head. But I don't care. I like the way this looks better. If you like the way HasLab looks better with your collection and reasons like that, then good. I'm happy for you. If you like it better just because it's a few inches taller and it sacrifices looking good and fun, sacrifices looking good and has baby time engineering, in my opinion, then I can't respect that. Rant aside, this guy's a really great unicorn, the Chaos Spronger, and I highly recommend it. Thank you guys for putting up with the lateness of this because of what happened. Hopefully I don't end up ruining this video when I upload it. And then thank you guys for taking the time to watch it and hearing out my opinion. And thank you guys for hopefully standing by while I experiment filming the way I'm filming, trying to make sure things are on camera and stuff. It's gonna take a little bit of doing because the camera's on my right and I'm used to doing things on the left. I'm left-handed, in case some of you didn't know, but that's about it. Now, if you guys like the video, go ahead and give it a like. If you haven't already, go ahead and check out the transformation tutorial. I actually think that the second half of it is better than the first one, spoilers, but it's just transforming it in front of the camera is not the easiest thing to do, but off camera I love playing with this thing. The only thing that bothers me playing with it is that the ratchets are loud and a lot of people in the house don't want to hear it. So I play with it down in my area of my room where I film. But I'll stop rambling now, hopefully, and I'll see you guys in the next episode of Talk About Transformers and the Quik review and whatnot. So go ahead and subscribe and all that good things. Go ahead and comment too. Like, I don't want you guys to comment just to engage with the algorithm. I want to know what you guys like and don't like about my changes. If you want all the size comparisons back, I want you to comment. If you want me to put the reviews back in one video instead of having the Transformers, the transformations separate, I want you to comment. If you guys have suggestions you think might improve the channel, I want you to comment. That's what I want comments for. I don't want, the algorithm to be engaged with. I want my reviews to improve. So if you have ideas, leave it in the comments. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.